everybody. It's so good to see you all again. I am going to show you how to do our youth craft. I am Miss Penny from Marengo-Union Library. I'm excited to show you how to do our craft. April 22nd, if you guys don't know, is Earth Day. And we are going to, our craft is based on using a recycled item. So instead of throwing it away or recycling it, which I hope that you all do, we're gonna make a craft out of this item. And the item that we're using is a water bottle. So what we're actually gonna have in your kit are 3 water bottles. And the water bottles, just to make them safe and make sure they're sanitized, we are gonna give you 3 water bottles that are full and unopened. So you get to drink 3 bottles of water before you do your craft. How cool is that? You actually get to hydrate yourself and use your water bottle without recycling it or throwing it away onto our earth. One thing that's important to know about this craft before we begin with it is to make sure that your clothes and these clothes I don't want these clothes to get dirty, but I have already pre-painted stuff so that it was dry so I could show you how to do this craft without the video being 5 hours long. But make sure that you're wearing clothes that are okay to get ruined or dirty. And if you don't have clothes like that, hopefully make sure that you're wearing some kind of smock. Because the paint that we're gonna be using is acrylic paint instead of washable paint, because we cannot paint washable paint onto this plastic surface or it'll just kind of crackle right off. The other option, if you have them at home, is to use permanent markers. Same thing though, these don't wash off either. So if you have permanent markers at home and you use them, same thing, you're gonna wanna wear something that protects you. You're also gonna wanna protect your workspace. I'm using this to protect mine. I don't mind if this gets dirty. So acrylic paint doesn't wash off of things very easily. Some things it doesn't wash off of at all. So make sure that everything that you're using with the paint, or if you choose to use your own permanent markers at home, make sure it's all covered and protected, okay? That's the first thing that I want to make sure that is pointed out to you is super important. The items that we're gonna need for this craft, you're gonna need a pair of scissors, and you're going to have a green leaf template, because that's another craft. So let me explain this really quick. Out of this water bottle, we are going to make 2 crafts. So you can make 2 crafts out of 1 bottle. We're gonna be making a spiral wind chime. I don't think it's gonna chime very much, but it's gonna look really cool in the wind. Oh yeah, it'll look awesome. And after that, we'll be making, with the piece that's left over, we can make flowers. So those are the 2 crafts that we can make out of 1 water bottle. You're gonna have 3 water bottles, so you'll get to make 3 flowers. So we have the scissors and the 3 water bottles and the green paper that will be making the leaves for our flowers. You'll have some straws for your flower stems, some string, a stick. We will send home 3 different colors of acrylic paint. Acrylic, remember, it doesn't wash off. If you have more acrylic paint at home, feel free to use it and make your bottle even more colorful. We're just gonna send you the 3. You'll need some tape. Now, I was going to use hot glue, and then I realized hot glue on plastic, it's just gonna melt right through. Won't make any sense. I do like hot glue, but it won't work. All right, some pom-poms, not necessarily yellow, you'll just have some pom-poms. All right, you'll need a paintbrush and a cup of water to rinse your paintbrush. You'll need a paper towel to wipe your paintbrush off with. I actually have these. I use these towels. I find them easier. There are towels that we don't mind getting dirty, so it's totally fine. And I think that is what you're gonna need. There's one more thing. You can use scissors for the first step of your water bottle, but if your big person can either help you or supervise you, it will be a lot easier to cut off the bottom of your water bottle with one of these, this craft cutter. This is, it'll be a lot easier. So if you see, I kind of pushed this up and then like a knife, real sharp, kind of came out here. It's a lot easier to cut off the bottom of your bottle with this, but you can do it with the scissors. This I would only recommend though with adult supervision, big person supervision, okay? Let's get started. This is so exciting. All right, so like I said before, I already did some stuff ahead of time, but before I show you that, I'm gonna show you how to get started on this water bottle. So the water has been we drank the water. Ooh, it was really good. Water is great for you, it hydrates you. All right, cap is off. We don't need the cap. If you can think of something to do with the cap, that would be great, because then that's another thing that we can do a project with instead of recycling. So the cap is off, and we're gonna peel the wrapper off of your water bottle. Sometimes it comes off really nice, and sometimes it really likes to give you a hard time. All right. One more thing is important to know. So I got it off. It came off really nice. Most of the water bottles, it comes off really nice. One more thing that's important to remember, when you're drinking your water, please try to remember not to squish your bottle. I know some kids, mine, like to squeeze their bottle as they're drinking. It will make this a bit harder to paint and to make your craft with. So as you're drinking, make sure your water bottle stays like open and don't squeeze it, okay? So keep it the way it's, keep it open. Don't squeeze it, okay? That's important to remember. So now I've got this water bottle. After you have drank your water, set your water bottle aside with the cap off and let it dry completely, okay? Honestly, I don't know how important it is to have this inner part dry completely, only because you're going to be painting the outside of this. But when we get to the bottom to make the flower, that part does have to be dry. So just try and, this is going to be one of the hardest things about this project, is waiting for things to dry. It's going to test your patience, guys, but I have confidence that you can do this. So with your adult help, if you're going to use one of these, okay? And really, I would prefer you to have adult supervision anyway if you're using the scissors or this, because things can go wrong when you're trying to cut things that, you know, paper is a little different, but something like this, you could miss and get your fingers. So with adult supervision, we're going to open the knife, or your adult or your big person, okay? You're going to cut your water bottle. You're going to cut just this bottom part off, okay? Just the bottom part. So you're just going to do this, and it probably will bend in just a little bit till you get like just a little hole in there to get it started. And then it should cut really easy. Just cut it all the way around. Just that bottom part, okay? All the way around until it is completely off of your bottle, like this. Yeah, that's it. I kind of made mine. See, I have this. That's no big deal. You can then take your scissors and even it out. Okay, that's no big deal. I'm going to keep all my garbage together because it'll be easier to clean up at the end. All right, so I'm going to put this aside because that's going to be for later. If you wanted to even this out, you can, but mine seems okay. When you're finished with this, because that's all you have to do with it, close it up and put it somewhere safe until it can be put away properly, okay? So there's this. Now my water bottle is ready to begin the project. Now this is where I have already done the work, because I didn't want to take forever, because I'm already taking forever with the directions anyway. Plus it takes a while for it to dry. So I have already painted this one, okay? And it's not even completely dry. It takes a long time to dry. Patience. This is where it's going to take your patience. So I painted this one. You can paint it with any design. Mix your colors if you want. It's your project. You can do what you want with it. Okay, so I've painted one. I've painted 2. You just paint the whole outside of it, okay? The outside. Paint it all the way up to the top. You don't have to paint this top piece. Just paint it up to the top. The last one I wanted to show you, I colored with the permanent markers, just in case you decide that you have, just in case you have them at home, okay? So this one I used the permanent markers. The rest of them I used the acrylic paint that will be in your kit, okay? The markers will not be in your kit, so it's only if you have them at home. But this is what it looks like if you use the acrylic marker, or acrylic markers, see? I'm going, okay. Sharpies, permanent markers, okay? I just wanted to show you the difference. And I colored that ahead of time too, because I wasn't sure if it would take time to dry. That actually dried pretty quickly. So I have those finished, but before I put the paint away, I wanted to get a head start on the other project just so that it had time to dry while we were working. So on the other parts, these are going to be the other halves of the other part. So the bottom part, you are going to paint the inside. So you're painting the inside of the bottom part, okay? Which is actually kind of nice because you can hold it from the outside and you really, it's a lot easier not to get paint all over your fingers and whatever. So I painted the inside of all of these, and they also are not completely dry, but that's okay. I'm going to put those over there. I just wanted to show you that I painted those. You can color them if you'd rather. I think the paint might be brighter for those for the flowers, but you can color them if you'd rather. I did 2 coats of paint on these. Takes even longer, more patience everybody, because you have to wait for that first coat to dry before you can paint the second coat. Your choice. You don't have to do 2 coats. You can do 3 coats. It's up to you. I chose 2 just because I wanted it to be a little bit brighter. So these are ready. We are going to take our first one, and I'm going to take this one just because. And this is where we take our scissors, which I should not have just picked up and went like this, okay? We have to be careful with scissors. They're sharp. So we're going to take our scissors carefully, and we're going to start at the bottom, and you're just going to cut it so it twirls all the way up. You can make your twirls. Mine are actually kind of thick. You can make them thinner if you'd like, but you're going to cut it all the way until you get to the top. So see how it does that? Pretty cool. I like it. Yeah. So that's all you're going to do with these. You're going to do it with all 3 of them. Got this one, another curlicue. All right. And then I'll take my last one and do the same thing. There we go. 3 curlicues. Okay. This is where our stick comes in. We're going to take our stick. You're just going to take this top part where you drink the water out of, and just put it on your stick like that. And you're going to do that with all of your water bottles. If you have more water bottles at home and you want to make more of these and add to it, you can do as many as you want. See? Oh yeah, that's cute. I actually might cut this one just a little bit more because I feel like it's not curling up as well as I would have liked it to up there. Okay, so there you go. Now, all we have to do is add string and hang it outside, and there we go. This is where the yarn comes in. So we're going to take the yarn, and we are going to tie one end to one side. I'm triple knotting. That's what's taken me a while. Triple knotting. Okay. And we're going to take our other end and tie it to the other side. And then you can take this outside and hang it in the wind. When the wind hits it, it's going to look amazing the way that these things just kind of twirl around in the wind. So I made my string super long. You can cut your string to whatever size you need it, but that's going to look really neat outside. All right, let us move right along. I'm going to keep this on the table because it was still a little wet. All right, let's move right along and finish up our flowers now, because this video is going to be long and I don't want to bore you guys too much. So we are going to move on to our flowers. Now, this is where we need our straws, and they are bendy straws, and there will be a reason for that, and I'll tell you in a moment. We're going to take these, and I'm using tape. Tape is my choice because I'm not sure how well Elmer's glue takes a while to dry, and honestly, I didn't want to wait for it to dry, but you can use liquid like Elmer's glue. Not sure that stick glue will work very well for this. So I'm just going to use this. So first thing we need to do, I'm going to fold this up a few times so that I can cut more than one leaf at a time. Okay, we are going to cut your leaf out, which in hindsight, probably I should have cut this out ahead of time to save time, right? But that's okay. So now I have leaves, multiple leaves, because I cut a few out at a time. We're just going to take our tape and tape them onto, so the bendy part is on the top, if you'll notice. I'm going to tape them right about here. Okay, I'm just going to tape one here. I'm just going to put, you can make really as many leaves as you have enough paper for. Or if you have more paper at home, feel free to make even more, to be honest. These are your projects. And like I've said multiple times, you get to do whatever you'd like with them because they are your projects. So the leaves are on our stems. We are going to take our stem and bend it a little bit. And we're going to glue or tape or whatever you want to do to get that. And you're going to bend it and stick it inside. Okay? We'll see if the tape works for this. Let's see. Because my paint is actually still a little bit wet, I'm not sure if it's going to stick for me. And I'm not sure if it's going to stick to, yeah, I'm thinking hot glue at this point. Okay, so I know that I told you we shouldn't use hot glue because these are plastic and straws are plastic. But the way to get this straw to stick on to there is going to be hot glue. You're going to have some glue dots in your kit as well. And glue dots, they may work if everything is dry all the way, but hot glue is going to be your best bet, again, with big person supervision, okay? So I'm going to put, and I know it's out of the hot glue's over here, okay? So I'm just going to put some hot glue, and then I am going to put my straw right onto the hot glue. And what it's going to do is it's going to hold it, and then my stem, my flower is going to have a stem, and I'm going to put it up here to dry like that. So while that's drying, I can move on to the next one. I'm going to bend my straw. Bendy straws are so fun, aren't they? All right, I'm going to put my hot glue right in the center. Put my second bendy straw right inside this one for my second flower. And again, I will let that dry. And I'll do my third one. And bendy straw right inside. Let it dry for a second. It's the nice thing about hot glue too. It dries quickly, usually. Oh, I have like strings from the hot glue. Okay. You know how that, I'm sure most of you have used hot glue. It like gets stringy. That's what I have, strings. Okay, so now I'm going to take my flower and I'm going to use hot glue again. Again, I'll have the glue dots in your kits, okay? I'm going to put hot glue right in the center of this flower. And I am going to put a pom-pom right there. And look at that. It's complete. And if you have any sort of little vase at home, feel free to pop them right in there. I have this. My little daughter Maggie made it for me. I'm going to just pop it right inside there. And then you have a vase, and you'll have 3 flowers to put inside your vase. We're going to add the pom-poms so that all the flowers are complete. There we go. Look at that. How cute. How adorable. So out of a plain and simple water bottle, we were able to make flowers and this cool wind chime that when you put it outside, the wind is going to blow it and it's going to look awesome. Your neighbors are going to be like, how neat is that? And you're going to say that every time you see it. It does make noises, so you can call it a wind chime. Do you hear it? Oh, I can't wait to hang this outside, and I can't wait till my kids make them. well, one kid makes it. I have 4 kids, but only one is going to be making this. So I can't wait till she makes one or adds to this. And we hang this outside for everybody to see. It's going to be awesome. In fact, I think we're going to hang it out there right now. And we'll show you guys what it looks like outside. Guys, here it is, the final project. Hanging up in our little homemade teepee outside. I can't wait to drive around Marengo-Union and see your guys' finished products hanging up outside your houses. All right, I'm saying goodbye. It was great to show you our cool projects. You guys have a great April. I'll see you next month.